Okay. Well,
Episode 39. Are you kidding?
I think it's insane.
It's so fucking crazy. Welcome back to Name 3 Players.
Welcome back, Vic. So happy to be here.
Sorry.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I'm getting over being sick. I'm sick.
Boo, you whore.
Welcome back to Name 3 Players. We're your hosts, Victoria.
And I'm Reagan.
And this is Sports for the Girls. So whether you're a dedicated sports girly or you don't know shit about shit and you just need some bullet points for a hot date this weekend, we've got you covered.
Yeah. So the girls are back.
The girls are so back. We did take a week off last week. Our football team of choice is the Kansas City Chiefs, and they did in fact win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
If you have been living under a rock, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. And then we did have our victory parade this past Wednesday when we would have typically recorded, and we have a ton of fun content, and we were just going to kind of make like a silly fun visual episode, like a vlog style, and we do have that content and we will be releasing it at some point, but obviously it may not be obvious because I know it's not international news, but there was a mass shooting at our victory parade, and that put a screeching halt to our celebration, obviously. And then it just didn't feel right to go ahead and go forth with publishing that last Friday. So we did take just the week off in general, and we obviously were distraught. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. It was absolutely heartbreaking and super tragic, and we're still processing it. I think we'll be processing it for years to come. Absolutely
surreal. Just gonna have like a very real conversation about it, because I do think that's like a lot of our audience is in Kansas City. Like, I do think that's what's needed.
Yeah.
I personally did not understand the magnitude of the situation.
There's no way you can.
No, and we were near. We weren't like in the scene, but we were downtown.
Yeah. So for those who aren't in Kansas City, it's basically like we were like a neighborhood away from it. So probably 10 or so blocks.
Yeah.
From the actual event occurring, and we were at a rally, watching the parade.
And honestly, had my mom not texted me, I probably would have had no idea.
Yeah.
Because she was like, "Are you and Haley okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And she was like, like, what? And I was like, there was a shooting. And
a shooting and a mass shooting are different.
Exactly.
And we had absolutely no context as to, in the real time,
exactly
what the differentiation was.
She was like, no, like, mass shooting, people running, multiple shooters. And then I was like, holy fuck.
Right.
So it just, and I still don't know that I fully processed it. I feel kind of numb to it. Like, I'm like, yeah, that was so scary. And it's so tragic and it's horrendous what happened. But I still can't wrap my head around it. And I think that's something I need to process.
Yeah.
But
trauma, and it's like Chloe texted us the next day and it was like, I can't believe like that happened. And we all just like, we were just standing around kind of looking at each other, talking about it. But trauma like that, when it happens, there's no way you can experience the magnitude of it in real time. Mm-hmm. Until you have time for your brain to catch up with your emotions, there's no way. We genuinely, like you said, it's like we heard it was a shooting. Shootings happen all the time. And unfortunately, that's the reality we live in. And so we were like, okay, like, press on.
And it's kind of like, as selfish as it sounds, I was like, okay, my people are accounted for, my family's accounted
100%.
For. And then, like, it sets in. And the next day, I think we all were just like, what the actual fuck?
Yes.
I think you have to account also for, like, we were drinking, too.
Yeah, and everyone was drunk, and you're on such a high because you're in this celebration mode, and it's so much camaraderie. I mean, I had literally landed... I had flown in from New York the night before, so excited and just ready to be with like my friends and ready to celebrate my team. And then, we only had like 5 or so hours until we received that news. And there's just nothing that can prepare you for it. There's nothing that can make you process it in real time. And I think we'll still, like I said, we're not going to like really feel it for years. And I've had a ton of conversations, and I know we all have talked about it a lot, but like, it's awful. What happened is awful. We did experience it in a very real way. And we just hope that we're personally praying for policy change, and we're praying for the victims, and we're praying for our city. And I mean, I passed Union Station on the way home here today, and they have that banner. It says Kansas City Strong. And I was just like, that place is going to be marked with that event for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. And I think too, like, I think Vic said it perfectly on when we had posted about it. Like, this city is like known for their camaraderie, and like this entire city was so excited for that day. Like, I think Nick Wright said it on his show on First Things First. He was like, this was the best day of everybody's lives in that city. Yeah. Like, we all came out, we all were wearing red, we all were wearing yellow, we all came out to celebrate 53 guys and the coaches and the staff. And then like, that's how it ended. And like, we're just so much better than that. Like, this city is so much more than that. This city is so much better than that. And like, I think that while we never want to forget what happened, because the victims are owed way more than that, but like, we need to remember what this city is actually known for, and like hold that close to us in this time, because I think that like the city rallies behind quite literally anything. Put anything in front of us that all of us can agree on and celebrate, and we will do it. And like, this is just a testament to that. Like, the t-shirts that have been made, the funds that have been started for the victims and their families.
The local businesses rallying together and raising money and starting initiatives. I think something, too, that really got to me, like, obviously we love sports. We have a sports podcast, right? But it's not just sports. It's sports, it's music, it's anything that brings people together that are otherwise divided, right? Mm-hmm. Like, from both sides of the spectrum, from any political background, from any race, from anything, like, the city comes together in a way. And like, it's so ironic because, as I mentioned, I was in New York for New York Fashion Week, and I was telling the girls, like, I left that, and like, I flew home to be with them and experience this. And like, my work girls, who are very much New York fashion girlies and do not give two shits about the NFL or really any like sports, God love them, but like, they're like, I don't understand, like, why would you leave this? Because it's the Super Bowl of the fashion world. Like, why would you leave this when you have this and you would go there? And I was like, I can't explain it, but like, I would do anything to be there. And it was so funny because we were walking there, and I'm like joking about it, and I'm like, I would literally rather be here than anywhere in the world, because there's no happier place on earth. It's like Disney World. Like, there's no happier place on earth, because no one is seeing division. No one is seeing anything other than like, you are there to celebrate, and that got taken away. It's like the one thing that brings us together. Yeah. We can't let that win, and we can't let hatred and violence rule out the fact that like, we all came together for a greater reason. Yeah. And so like, when people say like, that's our last parade, and I hope to God not, and I'm praying that that's not true, because I would still show up tomorrow. Yeah. And not be scared, because whenever you let fear win, like, I think it's over. And
I do think one thing that's interesting that I personally have noticed is like, when these things happen, obviously people take it as an opportunity to like voice their views. Yeah. But when it happens to you and your community, I haven't seen, like, there is not one business person, leader in this city that has taken this opportunity to be like, well, like, it's 100%. Like, no. How are the victims taken care of? How is the person who was killed, their family, how are they taken care of? How can we support, like, the
because Chiefs it's too like, real.
It is.
And when like, it's real to you, you can't politicize it. Yeah. And that's like the human element of fear and experiencing that. Like, all of the bullshit goes away.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what we wanted to say on that. We're not going to go too far into it, and we're praying for the victims, like we said, and us personally.
Yeah.
As for us, we're praying for policy change, and then we did post about it, and the link in our bio is actually to the Children's Mercy Emergency Fund, and that is where the hospital who has a lot of the victims of this mass shooting were children, and they are all receiving care from Children's Mercy. So if you want to go to that link in our bio, it goes straight to the first responders and the victims. And Children's Mercy as an organization in general is incredible, and so we want to give to them. But yeah.
Yeah.
And one day we will, like I said, we had so much fun prior to that, and we do have like hilarious, fun content that we will push out, but it's not the right time, and like this is so much more important than any Super Bowl win or any football team and any sports topic. So we wanted to talk about it, and we're never going to shy away from the hard shit.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, going into that, after that note, we did win the Super Bowl.
We did.
And fuck yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to share wins and losses, or do you think that's our...
I mean, that's my fucking win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you. I have watched that game 7 times.
Yeah.
I watched it Monday morning, Monday night. I've watched the mic'd up version twice.
Yeah.
Like,
I need to watch that one.
I cannot get enough of it.
The coin toss, Chloe, you have to
No,
see.
I've
Okay.
seen those clips on TikTok.
I
I'm like,
cannot get enough.
Yeah.
We, like,
pull off the biggest joke.
That's what I was
of
gonna
history.
say. I literally remember being like, when we lost to the Raiders, I was like, we have the opportunity to do the funniest fucking thing in the world, and we did it.
Yeah.
We we lost to the Raiders, who didn't score a touchdown in the second half, and we
Yeah.
won the Super Bowl.
We lost to the Broncos as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sure did.
No. Like, I truly think that this team was like, let's just fucking play with our food all season.
Mm-hmm.
Let them think they have a chance. And then in January, we're going to fucking turn it on.
I see, mine does differ. I don't think we had it together, and then we got it together. And the season was excruciating for me in a couple of different ways. And I feel like, obviously, our wide receiver situation was dismal for a long time. We had our definite qualms with our team. But I do believe at the end of the day, Andy Reid, Brett Veach, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce are not going to let a Super Bowl go without a dying fight. And we did. And I didn't have my doubts. I would say AFC Championship, I felt like we were going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will confident, like, I went into the playoffs being like, no, we're in the playoffs, we're winning it all.
Yeah. No, same.
Like, I was like, there is not any singular way that Patrick Mahomes goes in here and fucking loses.
Yeah.
I, like...
Such a crazy thing to say, but I feel it, yeah.
I also want to
your
be...
quarterback,
Trust my
guys.
quarterback.
I will go... I've said this on social media, but I will go on the recorded public record and say that every single thing that I said about Marquez Valdez-Scantling, revert. I eat my words.
Yeah.
I take it back. He had a rough regular season, but he showed up when it mattered.
He did.
And, like, without him, we don't have the Super Bowl.
I agree.
Without McCole Hardman, we don't have a Super Bowl.
I agree.
So,
It takes a team, and we have one. I think that the end of the day, we genuinely put the winners in the winning spots. And that comes down to Andy Reid, Brett Veach, and
Harrison Butker.
I was going to say Spags, but...
Oh.
It takes a team and we have one.
We have one. We have a full-ass team. It's stacked. It really is.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, it's like, it's not just Patrick Mahomes. It's not just Travis Kelce. It is a full fucking team. And we have one. We have a beautiful fucking team.
We do.
Chris Jones wins games.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Trent McDuffie.
Wins games. Harrison
L'Jarius
Butker
Sneed.
wins games.
2 50-plus yard field goals, one being the longest in Super Bowl history.
Nice.
Like, he's just like,
Catholic King.
to my
Our
king
Catholic
above.
king.
Mwah, I'm going to kick this ball 57 yards.
I'm going to kick this ball like no one's ever kicked it.
That's so nuts.
It's so crazy. And Chris Jones get a sack like you've never fucking seen it.
Yeah. I want to hear your win of the Super Bowl. What was your all-time favorite moment of this Super Bowl?
McCole Hardman.
Okay.
100%. I've been a McCole Hardman fan since we got him.
Yeah.
And I also just think he does not quit.
No.
And I love that. I love that. And just a footballer. And he deserved every last second of that.
Yeah.
Explain to the girls what he did.
I mean, he won the Super Bowl for us.
He caught a walk-off touchdown pass. Yeah.
He was the winning pass. And also when he like didn't know that he won the Super Bowl.
And he got his moment. He was on Jimmy Fallon or
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know.
And he had to leave the party
On Good
early.
Morning America?
3:30 a.m. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He had a presser at 3:30 a.m. So he had to. He was like, Jimmy Fallon was like, "Were you still drunk?" He was like, "Yeah, for sure."
Yeah.
Of course you are. It's 3:30 a.m. You came from
He won the
Vegas.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that they do press the next day is crazy. But
Patrick Mahomes was in
Disney World. And he-
Or
you know
was it
that's a-
World or land.
Land.
Okay.
sorry, yeah. But
No, I thought
that
it
would be
was World.
crazy.
I was like,
Across the country, not halfway. That's fully across the country.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's a full.
That's a full no, but he has like a contract because he has to be there the next day because he has to do the parade. So that's just
Yeah.
who signed that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, I would say McCole Hardman was my win, and then Spags signing like right before for the parade. I thought that was so beautiful, and he's obviously a king. So yeah, just. And we said this the last episode, like, we do get that we are a dynasty. We do get that now we are getting, like, the hatred that the Patriots got and that Tom, Pat's getting what Tom got. And that's cool, whatever. It's so fucking different. And the legacy of our team shows that. The culture of our team shows that. How much fun our team has and the city surrounding it. Like, it's just so fucking different. So I'm so sick of saying, like, I get it. No, shut up. Either join us or don't. I don't care. Like, this is absolute, like, there will be a 30 for 30 about the culture of the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, it's the best. It's the best.
Yeah, it
That
is.
just made me tear up a little bit.
Yeah, it's the best. Like,
we live here.
it is. And like, I'm not even just talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, Kansas City, Missouri, like I was saying when we were talking about like what happened at the parade, like I was telling my friends who are not in the sports world and not from the Midwest, they're from, coasts, and they have their little LA, New York personalities, which God love them. But like explaining to them why sports are so special in a town like Kansas City, like I'm not a big baseball girl, but like I still like, dude, we have the best football team. I love the culture of the Royals. Sporting is awesome. Like fucking now we have the first women's sports arena in the world. Shut the fuck up. Like, this place rules.
Yeah, it does.
It's so cool. And, like, people, like, when you say you're from Kansas City now, they're like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, soccer capital of the world. Fucking best football team. Oh, the first women's stadium. And the Royals won a World Series, like, 5 years ago. Cool.
It's been 10.
Yeah. No, for sure. But, anyway, like, it's just fucking cool. And I love it. So, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
For not liking the Chiefs. Yeah, what is your win?
My win was when Pat let McCole know that we had won the Super Bowl, and then he took off running, and he which it comes out, I don't know if you saw his Pat McAfee interview, you should watch, 10 out of 10. He was like, I don't know what I was doing. I don't know where I ran. I don't know where I, like, threw my helmet. But whenever he just, like, dove to the ground and rolled and, like, caught his hands in his head in his hands, like, I just feel like we all saw the relief.
Yeah.
Leave his body because, like you said, it takes a team, and we do have one.
Yes.
But that man had to take the brunt of the whole season on his shoulders. And, like, him and Andy Reid are both two people that were like, you fuck up once, I'm going to give you the ball again. Like, and so I think he finally was like, thank God, we did it. Like, we made it through everything this season. We are world champs back to back. Like, I think he just was like, fuck.
And he loves those guys so much.
I just think, like, that. I think he's really good at showing himself, like, letting himself be a human, like, showing his personality. But, like, I truly think in that moment, like, that's the most human Patrick Mahomes we've ever seen.
Yeah,
It was just, like, uncontrollable, where he was like, thank God.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah. And you can just, I mean, he was white-knuckled the whole playoffs. And, like, I mean, we've heard from, inside sources, like, Demon Time, like, he was fucking dialed in. But you're so right. Like, and that photo of him on the ground is, like...
I want it framed. Like, I put it in the Louvre. How do you say it? Fucking put it in there. I don't care.
Put it in the Nelson Atkins, baby.
Put it in the Nelson.
The Kansas City Art Museum. It's probably already there, actually.
It's like, actually, there's a whole exhibit.
Oh my God. I was
so cool.
I was just thinking that, Chloe. Like, put a fucking Kansas City Chiefs exhibit.
Yeah.
So that's the Super.
That's the ins and outs.
26 minutes later.
That's less than I thought it was gonna be. We can talk about the fucking Super Bowl for 26 minutes. We won it.
Yeah.
We personally.
We did.
We won it. But yeah, we love the Chiefs and we love Kansas City and we love Patrick Mahomes and that's all
Andy
you need
Reid.
to know. And Andy Reid and Brett Veach and Spagnuolo and every player that's ever played for the Chiefs. Besides
Also,
Tyreek Hill, sorry for you.
Call back to that sign for my mom's photo that says we were Chiefs fans before it was cool, just so everybody knows.
100%.
Yeah.
Honestly, tattoo that on me.
Yeah.
Chiefs fan before it was cool.
We suffered through fucking Matt Castle to
Yeah, we
get
did.
to
Yeah,
where
we
we are
did.
now.
Yeah, we did. Whew. All right. Well, before we lead you into our top 3 sports stories that aren't about the Chiefs, this is a sponsor from The Good Patch. The Good Patch are wearable patches designed to make each day just a little bit easier. Whether you need to look alive, find your zen, or clock in some beauty sleep, they've got you covered. Simply peel, stick, and wear for up to 8 to 12 hours. We suggest the Rescue for hangovers, Relief for sore muscles, Cycle for that time of the month, and B12 for a little extra energy. You can use code NAME3PLAYERS at checkout for 15% off your order, and that is all spelled out.
Chloe,
I cannot find.
I thought you said you found him.
I did, and I lost them again.
Dude, this saga is the craziest one of this entire fucking podcast.
Pat Mahomes was white knuckled in the playoffs. I'm white knuckled for Chloe's Good Patch journey.
Journey.
And this one it has been.
It
That
has.
dried up.
All right, so our top 3 sports news stories of the week. Every week we pick the top 3 stories that we think the girls need to know. We read through the stories so you don't have to and let you know what you need to know.
That was so good.
Was it?
Yeah.
It only took 39 episodes.
It takes me so long to say we weed through the stories. And then we let you know, like, I can never,
No.
I can never say
Dude,
that.
I genuinely feel, and I feel this way, like, sometimes when I'm, like, in work meetings, like, that are dinner meetings, you give me, like, 3.5 glasses of wine, and I am just rolling.
Yeah. I feel a little
3.5
hot.
feels aggressive, but it's true.
And I can't even speak. I'm like,
No, I just am, like, so much more, like, lubricated, you know?
Yeah. Lube me up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so college football.
Anyway, so college football has a new playoff model, which, if you've been attuned to college football, the last playoffs really
rocked everyone's world.
rocked everybody's world. It's a tough topic.
And the thing is like, the thing is,
The thing is,
I haven't said that in a while.
Haven't done a while.
But before everyone was up in arms about Florida State and like all of that, like this was already changed. So they were like,
well, it wasn't in action though. Like it already been
Correct.
decided that it was
Yes.
going to be the next year.
yeah.
And even though I am an FSU fan in slight, and I do feel like they were slighted.
Sure,
It
100%.
isn't lost on me that they did, in fact, vote the year prior to
For-
keep it the way it was.
Correct.
And that is ironic.
Record scratch. Probably wondering how I ended up here. Florida State to the playoffs. But yeah, Tuesday, the College Football Playoff Board of Managers unanimously voted to approve a 5, which this is how I know men are in charge. This is called the 5+7 model for the 12-team playoff.
Dude, yes. You nailed it. I'm like, I read
5
that.
plus 7?
I read the article before you put it on here. I read the article and I was like,
And here's the thing, the 5 isn't even a complete 5. It's like the Power 4, that is the SEC, Big 10, Big 12, and ACC, and then the highest ranked group of 5 conference champion.
yeah, no, it's
So
stupid.
like,
no.
it should be like the 4 plus
It's
8.
boy math is what it is. It's boy math.
And girl math is way better.
Way better. But basically, the college football playoffs have a new playoff model, and you can take it from there.
It's a 12-team structure. So like I mentioned, it makes no fucking sense that the 5 and the 5+7 as actually 4+1 because it's
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
ranked teams. So like you got the 5, which is the 4+1,
Yes.
the SEC, Big 10, Big 12, ACC, and then the highest ranked group of 5 conference champion is the 5.
Yes.
And then the next 7 best teams.
Yes.
Stupid.
Yeah. Whatever.
Just
That's
like
the new rules. That's what they wanted. It does make sense to me. Like, I do understand why they were pushing for it. I do understand. I do understand.
yeah, it should be the 12 best teams, but like what's with the 4+1 plus the 7? Like
Yeah.
it's just the 12 best teams.
It's the 12 best teams.
And that's usually how it falls anyway. Like it's always the best of the conferences meet up.
That's not how it was this past year, though. That's
Right. But like NFL playoffs, the best of the conferences
You're saying that normally outside of
college
the
football.
college football playoffs,
Yeah.
it is how that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stupid. Men thought of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's boy math.
Florida State didn't vote on this.
Mm-mm.
They voted on the other one.
Yeah.
Hey,
I bet they would vote
Hindsight's-
differently now.
is hindsight 2020 or hindsight should have been? What's the saying?
Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
Like you see better when you're looking back.
Oh, so I bet Florida State is like hindsight is 2020.
That is what they're saying.
Crazy.
Correct. So yeah, new rules in college football playoffs. Florida State is going to be happy about it,
Even though they didn't vote for it.
even though they didn't vote for it.
It's like so crazy because like nowhere in this story was Florida State mentioned, but we just like they stay catching strays.
They do, but it's because that was
Yes.
such a topic of conversation.
But they're like, it's like that 50 Cent when he's like, what do you say fuck me
yeah,
for?
what'd you say fuck me for? That's Florida State right now. Yeah.
You know what I mean? What were you looking for over there?
She was pointing for more water. We
We're
don't
out.
have any more, so I was just looking at everything.
We drank 2 bottles of red wine tonight.
Yeah.
Well, there's 4
We
of
drank
us.
2 bottles of red wine last night
Yeah.
as well.
I didn't. Y'all broke. I'm up. So second story is a U.S. teen leads the U.S. women's national team over the Dominican Republic in their like first game of the World Cup campaign. Slay Queen.
Yeah. Absolutely slay.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Not the
Sorry.
salad.
Just some water. That's all I needed.
So the women's national team defeated the Dominican Republic 5-0 as they kicked off their Gold Cup campaign. So anyway, 18-year-old midfielder Olivia Moultrie scored 2 goals, her first for the senior national team. This was her first start for the national team, and her first goal was scored within the first 8 minutes.
Dude.
Damn.
Girls being girls.
Absolute slay.
Girls be girls,
Olivia,
girls.
slay.
Like, you're 18, and you're playing for the national team, and you're like, don't worry, girls, I got it.
Yeah. Don't worry, girls.
I scored 2.
Yeah.
Of the
No,
5.
it's crazy. It's crazy. She is a queen.
She
We love when girls.
She was the youngest player to score for the U.S. team since Mallory Swanson in 2016. She stays breaking records because in 2019, she became the youngest American women's soccer player to turn professional at age 13.
Nuts.
And then in
God.
2021, she became the youngest player to play in a National Women's Soccer League regular season game at 15.
Speaking of badass women soccer players, the one who just got the youngest NIL deal is 13.
NIL at 13?
Yeah, I sent it to you guys.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you did.
Text?
Crazy.
Instagram?
Instagram. But yeah, so this girly pop got an NIL deal at 13.
That's insane.
Imagine being that good at a
That's a
sport
little
at
scary,
13.
to be honest.
Yeah, no, it is crazy. It's really
I
crazy.
do think that there is something about women's soccer, and I feel like you can attest to this. Like, it's so competitive at such an early age that,
Oh
like,
my
these
God.
girls are primed to, like, obviously be 18 and score 2 goals in the U.S.
100%. And when you are that age, like when you're like 12 to like 14, is when they.
I remember seeing that.
She
Yeah.
looks like Kelsey, Cody Co's wife.
What's her name?
Yes.
McKenna
Mac Whitman.
Mac Whitman.
Yeah.
So Mac Whitman got an NIL deal at
Whittam.
Whittam.
Whitman.
Mac Whittam at 13. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. But no, you're so right. Women's soccer is super competitive. And at like 12 to 14, you're playing, because it's pre-high school. And so you're playing on these premier leagues and you're traveling. And it's like this super, super competitive thing where you're almost like your colleges are coming to your tournaments.
Yeah.
And like getting you to do a nonverbal commitment at like I was meeting with colleges whenever I was 14.
Yeah.
Which, LOL, art school, they lost. But
No, it's so true.
but no, it is wild. So, Olivia
Slay.
Moultrie scored 2 goals. She's 18. She's a fucking killer.
Right.
Love.
And Lynn Williams, Jenna Neiswanger.
Neiswanger. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Alex Morgan. Alex Morgan got a new number. Did you see that?
Well, so she came up off the bench because the girl that was playing in her position tore ACL, so she got called up on like Monday
Right.
and then came in the game and ended her scoring drought.
Mm-hmm.
We love when girls.
I-
I just went like
I love
this
when-
for a soccer.
Yeah, you did. And I love when Alex Morgan's. She's
Yeah.
such a little slay.
So
And our women's sports video that we made, her and her daughter were the last one, and I was like, oh my god, it's so cute.
yeah, slay.
So cute. Put that in there. You. To you.
Me,
I was
so
like,
cute.
you made that?
You.
But the women's national team will face Argentina tonight on Friday. And Argentina drew Mexico 0-0 in their opener, so better pep up Argentina.
What time was the game?
No, I'm saying tonight on
Tonight's
Friday.
on Friday. Mm-hmm. No, I knew that. Okay, so that closes out our second story. Basically, U.S. women's national team, slay.
We love when girls.
We love when girls. And our third and final story is really just the NBA. So we want to catch you guys up because we've been focusing a little bit on the NFL. So we're going to take you from the top and give the girls what they need to know about what's going on in the NBA right now.
Yeah, because like moving forward, our stories will likely be about that. So you just want to be like, wait, what are the girls talking about? This is just going to like tee you up.
100%. The Boston Celtics lead the Eastern Conference at 43-12. That is our boy Jason Tatum, in case you were curious.
I haven't heard that name in
Too long.
Since last basketball season.
since last final season.
And he was number 1 in my heart at that point as well.
You don't say.
Oh, that was going to be my outfit of the week, but it's not.
I was
Remember
gonna say-
the blue velvet suit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Look
tough.
it up, ladies.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. It was amazing. So then the Cleveland Cavs, the Milwaukee Bucks, the New York Knicks, and the Philly 76ers round out the top 5. The Minnesota Timberwolves lead the Western Conference at 39-16. OKC Thunder, LA Clippers, Denver Nuggets, and New Orleans Pelicans round out the top 5 for the Western Conference.
You say New Orleans?
Yeah.
I say New Orleans.
Yeah. No, you're right. But
Oh.
I do say New Orleans, and I kind of hate that about myself. Because when I hear other people say it, no, I'm being serious. When
We
I,
had this conversation like
yes.
2 weeks ago or something. She's like, I say things weird.
Yeah.
She said
And
Yeah, you
She's
do.
like, I don't know why. I hate it.
I hate it, and I hate that I do it. And when people call it out of me, I'm like, shut up, it's fine. Like,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
just the way. No. Like, I'm saying, like, when people are like, oh my God, you talk weird. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, it's fine. But then when I hear myself say it, I'm like, God, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you talking about? Or like, I'll say milk instead of milk.
Oh, that's
It's crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy. How do I say A-N-D, Chloe?
And
What's that about?
I don't know. I have noticed that about you, and honestly, being friends with you now for like 3 years, crazy.
That is crazy.
I like catch
say
myself sometimes, and I'm like, that was big, just peeking out of my
Wow,
brain.
I'm just like changing you phonetically.
It's sometimes. It's not all the time.
That's crazy. But it's like, where did that come from?
I don't.
But
I don't know. Mine came from you. So where did yours come from?
But I do have such an interesting, because like I have I have the East Coast family, and then I have the Southern family. So I have
Chicago
right,
for a bit.
yeah, and so I have this like East Coast pull of my voice, which is very like rounded out, right? And then I have the Southern part of my family, so it is weird, and I do get why people think my voice is weird. Okay, so
Back to
the way I speak. The New Orleans Pelicans round out the top 5 in the Western Conference. So, surprise to no one, Giannis leads the league in points with 1,662.
Same.
Same. I also lead the league. And then Luka leads the league in points per game with an average of 34.2. Do you want to talk about the NBA All-Star Game? I feel like the girls should probably know that happened.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
No.
I did. I actually turned it off because it was boring.
That's what okay, so since you watched it, let me set this up because like as a viewer, I was like, oh, Western's taking it, obviously, because it literally listen to the Western Conference roster. You watched it, you know.
Yeah, no.
Girlies, listen.
I'm tuned in.
Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Luka, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Shai, Jokic, Kawhi Leonard, and Karl Anthony Towns, and they lost.
Yeah.
They lost 186 to 211. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, they're all Hall of Famers, and they lost.
I will say, I actually usually love the NBA All-Star Game. And there's people that talk shit about it and say that it's not entertaining. This one specifically wasn't. It wasn't entertaining.
Yeah.
Because like when I think of the NBA All-Star Game, I think of it's just Space Jam. It's just like it's just the Monstars versus the All-Stars. Like that's really what it is. And I love all the little activities. And this year, it just was not entertaining.
Yeah.
Like I was watching the game and like the 3-point contest when it was Steph versus Sabrina, that got my attention.
Yeah, that's television.
100% cinema. But the All-Star Game, I turned it off. I didn't think it was entertaining. It isn't like, or it is surprising to me who won. And I did get the ESPN notification at the end and I was like, okay, cool. But like,
Yeah.
it's when everyone is like, which the NBA, everyone's so good. It already is an All-Star Game every game. But like, there's just something, they've got to put the buy-in a little bit Norris. But no, there has to be some, and sports commentators, I think Shaq said this, but like there has to be more buy-in. They have to care more because it's not even like they're trying. And like it's like it's watching like oh my God, stop.
I feel like when you're in the backseat and your friend got yelled at and you're just like, oh God.
Like I was getting from the garage and I walked back in to my friend getting yelled at and I just went back in.
Sorry. I'll give you guys a sec.
Hey,
You need to
I
come back
actually
and
didn't
get
choose
it,
to
so-
be here, so I don't have a license, so I'm gonna go. I can't
Back in the
In
garage.
7th grade.
Yeah, I can't
Get
leave.
back in there.
I can't walk home, so. But yeah, no, I just think there needs to be. They gotta tweak something. There's got to be a little bit more buy-in. There has to be I think each player makes $100K if they win, 25 if they don't. There needs to be something where they care more.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my opinion.
Well, and Larry Bird, who's obviously an NBA like legend, he was like,
That was who commented, not Shaq.
I mean, I'm sure Shaq also had something to say, but he was like, these are the best players in the league. They're voted in to play in this game. Like, act like it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's who I'm talking about, though. I didn't mean Shaq. I meant Larry Bird.
that guy.
That guy. Larry Bird. Literally one of the best. Well, I guess Shaq is too, but yeah. So that's the NBA All-Star Game.
Do better, boys.
Guys, make it more entertaining.
I mean, but I think that's why they changed like the NFL like Pro Bowl weekend, because the players were like, I don't want to get hurt. I'm opting out. Like blah blah blah. So they changed it to the flag football. Now they just get to dick around because it's a flag football game. But like this is still a like very prestigious basketball game to be in. So act like it.
Act like it. And also, so the 3-point contest, I think that's going to get even more entertaining like as time goes on. Like they even hinted in their presser after that, like, first of all, this is the first 3-point contest that WNBA versus NBA. Fucking love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that. So iconic, so amazing. Sabrina even made comments after Steph did win, girls, but she made a comment like, it's not even about that. Like,
I'm just
a
happy to be
woman,
here.
100%. And like, a shooter is a shooter. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you can shoot, you can shoot, and you should. And then Steph even made a comment in a presser. They kind of hinted at Caitlin Clark being like that next 3-point contest contestant, which would be amazing.
Like, okay, think about that for a second. You're Caitlin Clark and you're like in your dorm. I'm sure she lives off campus in a house, whatever. You're in college and you're like, you're watching the NBA All-Star game and you're like, is it me?
Yeah, Steph's
The
like,
gif of, I keep referencing the scene from Wolf of Wall Street or something where Leonardo DiCaprio was like, and he snaps
Yeah.
and he's like, do you hear that? That's me. They're talking about me?
yeah.
I'm a college,
And also,
female college athlete.
I think the comment, and I could be misquoting it, we'll have to fact check Chloe, but like, I think Steph said he would have a partner next year, and it would be Caitlin. And Sabrina would have a partner, and it would most likely be a man.
It should be Bronny James.
Oh my God.
Adam Silver, if you're listening.
Yeah, that's a genius idea, honestly.
Steph and Caitlin, Bronny and Sabrina.
Yeah. Also, the clip of Caitlin Clark when she's talking about shooting and she's like, you know, if it's going to go in as soon as it leaves your hands. And that's why she looks away. I can't. She makes me literally blush. Like, I'm just like, shut up, dude. Like, when her pressers, when she talks, I'm like,
Well, I think that honestly brings us to our next topic. We have like a little smorgasbord of like sports news that we missed on our week off.
We gotta give the girls some bits.
So like, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark did break the women's college record.
Scoring record.
Yeah.
And the thing is, she had 23 points in like the first quarter. Because there's quarters.
No, I have butterflies. Like, I'm sweating.
There was I can't remember the name of the coach that she was like, did she get it? And they were like, yeah. And she was like, well, what was her stats? And they were like, she had 23 points in the first like half or whatever. And she was like, oh, way to keep us on our toes. Like, you didn't eat, like, she just was like, this is another day for me.
Yeah.
Breaking records. Like, and like that same coach, I wish I knew her name, but she was like, that record's not going to be broken again. Like, she will have that.
She will have that forever. I know which woman you're talking about. It's a,
Yeah.
like, older black woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, what's her name?
I don't know.
So Caitlin Clark remains that bitch.
She is, guys, I haven't felt this way about, like, I fangirl over this girl. Like, my dream is to have her on this fucking podcast. Like, I want to talk to her so fucking bad. I just want to be like, you're so cool. She's so cool. And just like,
She's so cool.
she's so cool. I can't.
No.
And the way she, like, cheered with her team, like, as soon as she broke the record, she just, like, ran to her team and she was like, my bitches. I love her.
Yeah.
I love her. I love her. I love her.
So Caitlin Clark is that bitch. MLS started. NHL's in
MLS
full...
kicked off.
Yeah, they did.
Hey. I think by the time you're listening to this, most teams will have played, or they'll be playing tomorrow on Saturday. But yeah, MLS season's kicked off.
NHL's in full swing.
NHL is in full swing. And yeah, sports are sporting. I mean, like, the NFL is obviously done and college football is done for a while. Actually,
Spring games.
well, no, I was going to say the combine.
Oh.
We got a second, though. That's a bad segue.
That's good.
Speaking of,
Speaking of, in approximately 5 minutes.
we'll go back to that.
Call back.
Kicking off. Oh, all right. Well, yeah, those are just some tidbits. Basically, we just wanted to talk about Caitlin Clark. So,
Sports are sporting.
sports are sporting.
Well, Vic, I know we're eager to get to the breakdown segment, so why don't you take us into our last half of the episode with our sponsor.
Our next sponsor is Waterboy. Replenish after a long weekend with a stick of Waterboy. Formulated with electrolytes and vitamins, this hydrating drink mix helps reduce nausea and fatigue and helps you chill out after a weekend out. Each stick of Waterboy is vegan, has 0 sugar, and 3 times electrolytes than its competitors. The original Weekend Recovery is available in strawberry lemonade and blue raspberry flavors with the newest Athletic Recovery and lemon lime. So whether it's from working out or going out, reach for Waterboy. I barely made it through that. I was fighting for my life.
You did great.
Use code
Had
for the
no
girls.
idea.
Use code for the girls for 15% off your order. Wow.
Doing
I don't know
amazing.
what, like, that was really tough for me.
Oh.
I don't know why.
All
All right. Reagan, what is your walk outfit of the week?
I'm glad you asked.
Not the finger pop.
It's Jerick McKinnon from the Kansas City Chiefs. However, even if he wasn't on the Chiefs, if I was on Blitzfits and I saw this, I would have picked it.
Yeah,
so, like,
no, it was
whatevs.
good. It was good.
But he is in a textured denim Bottega 2-piece set, just like.
Not the designer shout out, Reagan.
Thank you. He mentioned it in his caption.
See,
I didn't have to comment and be like, quick, who's Jerick winning? He already told me.
winning. It was Jerick winning.
Yeah. Everyone. He's winning. Everyone. And he wore it with the top tucked into the jeans, and he wore it with a white button up and a yellow tie underneath. Like,
Yeah. That was
Steve
good.
Urkel goes to the football.
goes to the football.
Steve Urkel goes to the Super Bowl.
Goes to the football.
Jesus Christ. So anyway, Jerick McKinnon, Urkel goes to the Super Bowl in Bottega. What's yours?
So mine actually kind of mimics, like, we're on a theme. So mine is Wemby and his long ass in Louis Vuitton, Pharrell's Louis Vuitton Western,
His long ass.
Western inspired. It's denim on denim, and he had a cowboy hat.
I know, and I
It was-
loved every second of it.
Yeehaw.
And the thing is like the cowboy hat wasn't tall, but he is, so it still reminded me of Doug Dimmadome of Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Love Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome. There might be other Doug's Dimmadome.
Dimsdale Dimmadome.
But like his hat wasn't tall, but he was. Put Doug Dimmadome and Wimby next to each other, the hats reach the same height.
Same height. Oh my god. Have you seen Wemby's Louis Vuitton ad?
No.
It's in LA and it's like
Is he
his-
hugging a Mini Cooper?
No, but he's on a couch like this with his arms like this. It's so good. It's so
Probably a
good.
big ass couch.
Yeah, it has sectional. Has to be.
Damn.
But yeah, so that's mine.
Yeah, great fit though.
Yeah, it was good. All right,
Thought
so
that's what we
our
do.
breakdown, we're back to our regularly scheduled programming with our breakdown because we are out of our glow up 101. We already glowed up. So
We done glowed up.
we're done glowed up. Our breakdown segment is where we do just that. We break it down for the girls. So we take a sports topic, a specific play, a concept, maybe even some sports drama. Oh my god. Well, Reagan just died. Okay, so. Oh my god. And she wonders why she's bruised all the time.
Yeah.
We take a sports topic, a specific play, maybe even some sports drama, and we break it down. We make it make sense for the girls. And this week's topic is the NFL Combine. So yes, we are done talking about the NFL for a while, but all of the college boys are coming up to the NFL, and our first Jesus Christ.
Keep going.
Can you hear the toilet flush?
Yeah, please.
We should leave it in.
That's what I'm saying. Keep going.
She goes, can you hear that? Okay, this week's topic is the NFL Combine. So basically, it's kind of the first level moving into the draft, the NFL draft. It's held this year at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Norris, I'm gonna strangle you.
He's like, why did you say fuck me for?
He's just making eye contact. And look at his tail. Like, his tail's just...
He
just,
wants attention because
just-
I walked over there and he laid,
Yeah.
he rolled over.
He's like,
Stand up, Norris.
He's like, bitch, you ran into that table and you didn't stop.
I did stop. That's why I ran into it.
So basically, 300 plus of the best college football players are invited in to showcase their skills in front of all the coaches, the NFL coaches, GMs, and scouts. It's basically just like the first stop for aspiring professional football players before they hit the NFL draft. The Scouting Combine does live drills beginning Thursday, February 29th, and will continue through Sunday, March 3rd. And each day has specific positions. Thursday, it's the defensive linemen and linebackers. Friday, defensive backs and tight ends. Saturday, March 2nd, quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs. And Sunday, March 3rd, it's the offensive linemen. Basically, their performance at the Combine will directly impact their draft positions because these people will evaluate their performance and then push that into their specs going into the draft.
Yeah. So it's always interesting because like leading up to the combine, you've got your mock drafts based on like the performance in college, like in the past season, blah, blah, blah. But then like you find people like Patrick Mahomes, like Isaiah Pacheco at the combine and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
We want them.
And some people, like, the thing about college football to NFL that's so interesting is there are these, like, Heisman candidates that are just, like, absolutely killing it, but there's so many others as well, and you can perform in college football and then not perform when it comes to that next level. And so this combine is kind of, like, ridding the ones that can't make it, wouldn't you say? And then, like, propelling the ones that can forward. So... Norris, literally, shut the fuck up. I cannot. All right, so that is the NFL Combine. All right, so that was the NFL Combine broken down for the girls. The only thing we have left is our walk-up song of the week. So the walk-up song of the week, Reagan, take it away.
Mine is Garden by SZA.
Okay.
The Control album just like still has control of me. But it slaps. And SZA slaps. Always will. She is that bitch. She's my girl, and I love her with my whole heart. So
I love that. So mine is IDGAF by Drake. Drake is on tour. If you didn't know, he is coming here next weekend, and I am in full preparation mode. Reagan and I are going. We are so pumped. And
that's next weekend?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I'm in full prep.
I thought I had like 3 months for my outfit.
3 months.
Well, I figured March 1st was in like 3 months.
It's
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's December.
I wish.
So, no, you do not. You don't wish it was December. Why would you wish that?
Because then we got to relive the Chiefs playoffs again.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so yeah, it's IDGAF by Drake.
Great song.
And I'm in full Drake prep. I'm so excited. I'm going to both nights. I cannot wait.
That's so Vic of you to go to both nights.
Do you mean that as a compliment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you're just like seizing the opportunity. Like, oh, a 2-night concert. I'm a 2-night viewer.
Well, like I knew I wanted to go with you, and then I had this other opportunity, and I was like, okay, I'll go with that. And then I was like, 2 nights, and then we have another concert on Monday.
Yeah.
Concert,
Another
other concert,
Bus.
Yeah,
Plane.
100%. Live.
We be hopping on a plane in March.
We do be doing that, and for another concert. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, I don't give a fuck by Drake. Cool. All right, well, girls, thank you for coming. We appreciate you tuning into this week's episode of Named and Played. Thanks for coming. We release new episodes every Friday to cover the hard-hitting stories. We let you know what you need to know. You can listen to our episodes on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, and YouTube and stay up to date on all that's happening around the sports and in between episodes. And for more information on NTB events and sponsorships, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Name3Players, all spelled out. And finally, you can listen to all of our walk-up songs of the week and special curated playlists for the girls by following us on Spotify at Name3Players.
You are Claudia Oshry, which is like, welcome to the morning.
Yeah, I'm killing it. All right, well, that was Name 3 Players.
And you're welcome.
You are. And have a weekend
For the girls.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.